Hi, this is Jeff Burbrink from the Purdue Extension office in Elkhart County, and today I'm going to shoot a little video here on how do you control woody trees that are coming up amongst your shrubbery. And I've got a prime example of it here at my home. You see this a lot of times when you're driving down the road. You see a windbreak, and out of the middle of that beautiful windbreak you'll see a mulberry tree or a walnut tree or some kind of a tree just popping up out of the middle of it, and think, why aren't they controlling that tree? And it's really not all that hard, but if you do it right the first time, you won't ever have to do it again, at least on that particular tree that's growing up. So I'm going to switch our view right now and show you the tree that's growing up through one of my shrubs here at the house. Here's a good example. This is a Mugo Pine that's around the foundation of my home, and up through the middle of it came this tree last summer, and it's done very well. It's actually grown about twice as tall as the bush itself. And I'm not particularly proud of this bush. It's pretty thin, it gets kind of scraggly, but it's there and I don't have any plans to take it out right at the moment. So if I want to get rid of that tree that's growing up through the middle of it, the thing to do is get in there, cut it off, and then treat that stump so that the stump doesn't send up 2 or 3 more new shoots. What I normally treat my stumps with in this kind of circumstance would be Roundup. And I'm not talking about the kind of glyphosate that you use in the ready-to-use bottles. That won't do the trick. You need to get the concentrate type of product, which is typically about 41% active ingredient. You can take that, treat that stump with just by taking a little bit of that product and putting it right around the wood that you just cut off, and that will kill off those cells in that thing, and it will not allow it to shoot up a whole bunch of shoots later that you'll have to come through and cut out again in a year or two. You know, with all the press about glyphosate this last few years, some people might be nervous about that, but this is actually a much better choice of all the products that are out there to treat stumps than anything else, because most of those products like Pramitol or Tordon are going to have residual that when it is in the soil, it's going to kill that bush too. And like I said, I don't really care very much about that particular bush, but if it was to die, I wouldn't be happy with that either. So the best thing you can do if you want to try to get rid of a tree or shrub coming up through a windbreak is to go through, cut it off, treat that stump with glyphosate, also known as Roundup, and there's many generics to that now, and that will end that. Now, the other technique that I should mention is that you should put this product, the glyphosate, on within a few minutes after cutting that stump. You don't want to wait more than an hour, because by then the tree will begin healing that wound off, and it won't penetrate well. So if you can get that on in the first 20 minutes or even sooner after you make the cut on that plant, that would be better, and you'll have a much better treatment. Well, I hope that's been a helpful tip. Feel free to give us other ideas of things that you'd like to see discussed on our YouTube channel. This has been Jeff Burbrink.